name is Sho Sato. I'm a chief analyst at MediaGrid, a game marketing firm in Japan. Eastern Asian game market scene is completely different from the Western game market. So you have to mention about the three things. First thing is the good localization. Second thing is to the data-driven marketing. Third thing is to find a good partner.
I'm being told you worked in a media analyst capacity, and then you moved on to the game analyzing sector.
Okay.
So that's a major perspective change. You were in Middle East some time back.
Yeah.
And now you've moved bases like totally. It's a major change. Why so?
Yeah, because how can I say, I found some good opportunity in Middle East in 4 or 5 years ago, and I found it's so nice because the Japanese game market is a kind of unique, but independent universe of the game scene. It's completely different from other countries. So before I work in the Japanese game companies, I want to work in other countries and other interesting countries which has a very unique game users or the unique demographics. So that's why I dare to choose to work in the Middle East.
Okay. So when you market a game in a specific market, let's take India for an example.
Oh yeah.
So what all parameters do you keep in mind?
Oh yeah. As for the India, in India, you have, of course, not only India but also internationally. You have to understand which kind of the payment method should work. I mean the prepaid or the postpaid.
Okay.
I mean for example, in Japan or Korea or the America, the postpaid method can work. But meanwhile, for example, China or Indonesia or even in India, the postpaid doesn't work. People doesn't use the postpaid method, and they use a prepaid card or for example, some other method in order to pay in advance.
So that's how the marketing is figured out based on international
exactly. Of course, our ARPU or MAU should be very important, but at first you have to understand which payment method is popular, prepaid or postpaid.
Okay, so that way you can figure out how well the game can sell and can be marketed also.
Oh, exactly.
That's there. Okay, so tell me one more thing, Mr. Sho. This is your first time in NGTC. How was the experience like?
Yeah, that was so impressive.
Gamers everywhere.
Yes, exactly. And the Indian gamers everywhere.
Okay.
I heard, and many Japanese know India is a really great country for the IT industry.
Yes.
But very few people, unfortunately, very few people knows about the current condition about the Indian game market and industry. Yes. So I just want to know the perspective or the potential of the Indian game market and industry. So that was a really great opportunity for me.
That was a very great opportunity for you.
Yes.
And you addressed a session today. About the marketing of games in Chinese and Japanese market. How was the session like? Any interesting thing which you remember from the session?
Oh yeah, I'm very surprised. What surprised me is that for example, usually, for example, in Japan, we made so many presentations. But for example, if I say I will send you the slide after the session. If I say so, very few people come to me and ask very few questions. But in India, after the finish of the session, so many guys come and
everybody wants to know more.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
But that's the kind of enthusiasm we expect in the Gamers Convention.
Oh yes, it's very good thing to be aggressive.
It's a very good thing to be aggressive. So so are you a gamer yourself?
Oh yes, exactly.
What's your favorite game?
My game include the board game or the card game to the digital game.
Okay.
Especially, wherever I visit some country, I seek for some board games or traditional games. In order to find how is the historically, how is the game culture in each country.
Or is it because since you're like the chief analyst, you try to analyze, how can I migrate a traditional game into a much bigger mobile platform? Come on, I know that's how marketing people think.
Exactly,
you find business everywhere. That's how the thing goes.
Exactly.
So tell me one more thing before I let you go today. The Japanese pop culture has a major impact in the Indian market. That's pretty much evident there. The kind of art style, the kind of game style, the kind of history, culture, everything has been pretty much in tandem the way India has grown as a gamers market. So when you develop a game for India specifically, not even for India specifically, when you develop a game, how do you ensure that the retention span of the game manages to be at sustainable levels so that you can, like, you know, propagate the game like a longer time, for like a longer time?
In order to, how can I say, be a sustainable success in the mobile game market, how can I say, not only the game logic, but also the, how can I say, the operation, good operation and the viral marketing should be very, very important factors.
So viral marketing is a very important key to get your game ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how can I say, in the era of the console games like the Xbox or the PlayStation, how to say, game is just a product. But in mobile games era, game become a kind of service. So in order to make a kind of good service, you have to make a good operation and a good customer relationship. So yeah, that's why the viral marketing should be very, very important.
So what all things should the game developer keep in mind if you have to viral market your product? Because ultimately, like you said right now, viral marketing is one of the keystones which can ensure that your game is pretty much seen by practically everyone globally. And that's what the need of the hour is also. So how to go on about with that?
In my experience, and for example, some Japanese game developers, how can I say, is very successful in making the, how can I say, good combination with the game logic and buzz marketing. For example, some people think the buzz marketing is a realm of the marketer, and it's not a realm of the game developer. But in Japan, many successful mobile game companies think the, how can I say, game developers also have to think upon the good way of buzz marketing.
Yeah, obviously. You guys, I'm as far as my knowledge goes about brand ambassadors and icons in Japan, you guys don't have any real life being ambassadors. You have like mascots who are like Edward, Elric, and all those characters, anime characters. So it's pretty interesting the way you guys market your products. So do you see a future like that in India?
In India, I'm sorry, I don't have so much experience about that, but
anyway. So probably soon enough. But
it should be.
It was a pleasure having you here, sir.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day ahead.